Every Chinese learner hits this wall. You memorize hundreds of words, cram grammar rules, and your sentences still sound like Google
你好。
Translate. You've probably seen it too. Someone who technically knows Mandarin or Cantonese, but every sentence they say feels robotic or clunky, like it's missing the rhythm that native speakers just have. And if you've ever tried to speak Chinese yourself, you might have thought, why doesn't it sound natural when I say it? It's not your fault. It's because no one teaches you the real secret, the sentence patterns. These are the tools that native speakers use without even thinking, the ones that give their speech flow, punch, rhythm, and sometimes even drama. But why are these patterns so satisfying, and why do native speakers repeat them in songs, dramas, and everyday slang? And most importantly, which important sentence patterns should you actually learn first? To break this down, my team of native speakers went through hundreds of real-life conversation shows, scripts, and memes in both Mandarin and in Cantonese, and found 5 of the most addictive patterns that native speakers use every single day, with each one more useful than the last. And we're starting with the one that you've definitely heard before. But before that, why should you listen to me? Well, I'm Sheldon and I speak crappy Cantonese and zero Mandarin. But now that I can speak both, my team and I over at the Cantonese and Mandarin Blueprint focus on helping Cantonese speakers just like me who spoke shitty Cantonese growing up improve their Cantonese and also learn Mandarin at the same time. We've helped over 600 people and hopefully today we can help you too. Let's get into it. Starting with sentence pattern number 1, the one that describes your life getting harder and harder, and somehow still sounds beautiful. This pattern in Mandarin is 越来越, 越来越, and in Cantonese, 越来越, 越来越. So in English, if we want to say it's getting harder and harder, well, we have to repeat the adjective twice, right? Harder and harder. It sounds awkward, right? In Chinese, there's a beautiful shortcut. 3 characters, 1 rhythm, no clutter. And the structure goes 越来越 or 越来越, which means more and more. And then we have the adjective or the adverb. So in this case, hard. So for example, it's getting harder and harder. In Mandarin, 越来越难了,越来越难了. In Cantonese, 越来越难了,越来越难了. Let's break this down. 越 means more or increasingly, okay? You repeat it twice. 越来越, 越来越, more and more. Then you just stick any adjective or adverb at the end. For example, hard, 难, or 难 in Cantonese, pretty, 漂亮, or 靓 in Cantonese, or, fat, for example, or large, for example, 大 or 大. And that's it. It's not like English where we need some like linking verb like is and no more clunky phrasing like in English. So let's look at some more examples, okay? She's getting prettier and prettier. 她越来越漂亮. 她越来越漂亮. In Cantonese, 佢越嚟越靚. 佢越嚟越靚. So in the sense over here, 她 or 佢 in Cantonese means she, 越来越 or 越来越 basically means more and more, and then 靓 means pretty in Cantonese or 漂亮 in Mandarin. The baby is getting chubbier. 宝宝越来越胖了. 宝宝越来越胖了. In Cantonese, BB 越来越肥了. BB 越来越肥了. So BB is baby in Mandarin. 宝宝越来越, 越来越 more and more, 肥 for fat, 胖 in Mandarin, and then la is just an ending particle. My grades are getting worse and worse. 我的成绩越来越差了. 我的成绩越來越差了. In Cantonese, 我啲成績越嚟越差啦. 我啲成績越嚟越差啦. So in Cantonese, 我嘅 is basically mine. In Mandarin, 我的成績 basically means grades. In Mandarin, 成績越嚟越 means like more and more. In Mandarin, 越來越差 means bad. In Mandarin, 差. Okay? And then la is basically an ending particle, which we won't worry about right now. And so in English, it goes easier and easier. It's harder and harder. It's faster and faster. But in Chinese, it's just 越来越 plus the adjective or the adverb afterwards. It's super simple, and that's why it's number 1 on Chinese's most addictive sentence patterns. Now we get to number 2, which is 一边 blank, 一边 blank. Or in Cantonese, 一邊 blank, 一邊 blank. So what does this one even mean? Well, native speakers use this one every day to narrate life in real time. If you can describe 2 things happening at once without stopping to translate, you're not just learning Chinese, you're thinking in it. And this pattern is your shortcut to that level. So we use this pattern to indicate we're doing one thing while doing something else. So for example, he's eating while watching TV, okay? In Mandarin, 他一边吃饭一边看电视. 他一邊吃飯一邊看電視. He's doing this while doing that. So now in Cantonese, 佢一邊食飯一邊睇電視. 佢一邊食飯一邊睇電視. Okay? So 一邊吃飯一邊食飯. On one side he's eating, 一邊看電視一邊睇電視. On the other side he's watching TV. So he's eating while watching TV. That's how you indicate two actions happening simultaneously in Chinese. That's basically the literal translation, which is he's eating while watching TV. By the way, I know for sure you guys are doing this right now, okay? Let's look at how this works, okay? 一边 verb 1, 一边 verb 2, okay? This pattern is used only with verbs because it's talking about actions happening at the same time, okay? There's no subject between the verbs because you're describing what one person is doing in parallel, okay? There's no need for clunky phrases like while he was doing X, he was also doing Y, okay? It just goes 一边 one side doing this, 一边 doing another verb, okay? So for example, she's walking and talking, okay? She's walking while talking. She's walking and talking. Walk it like a talking, walk it like a talking. Okay, anyway, she's walking and talking. Okay. 他一边走路一边聊天他一边走路一邊聊天 In Cantonese 佢一邊行路一邊傾偈佢一邊行路一邊傾偈 So 行路 or 走路 means to go walk basically, and 傾偈 or 聊天 in Mandarin means to chat. So she's walking and talking, walking and chatting, okay, but walking like a talking. Want to make it like that song, you know? Walking like a talking. All right, cool. Next one. I'm working and drinking coffee. 我一邊工作一邊喝咖啡我一邊工作一邊喝咖啡 In Cantonese 我一邊做嘢一邊飲咖啡我一邊做嘢一邊飲咖啡一邊做嘢一邊工作一邊飲咖啡一邊喝咖啡 Okay, one side doing one, the other side doing the other. To internalize it properly, you start hearing it everywhere, in conversations, dramas, even in your own thoughts, okay? By the way, keep in mind, this is a common mistake we see a lot of students make in the Cantonese and Mandarin blueprint when they first start off, which is this pattern only works with the same subject, okay? The same subject doing both actions. You can't say he's eating while his brother's watching TV with this. That needs a different structure, okay? So it's when you're multitasking or when someone else is multitasking. It's not for you and someone else, okay? So remember, multitasking, 一边 X, 一边 Y, okay? Number 3, this one's for when one adjective just isn't enough. You're hyping someone up, you're doubling down on a roast. This pattern's got you covered, okay? For example, he's smart and handsome, okay? And the pattern goes subject, yo, adjective, yo, adjective number 2, okay? Or in Cantonese, subject, yao, adjective number 1, yao, adjective number 2. So for example, he's smart and handsome. In Mandarin, 他又聪明又帅他又聪明又帅 In Cantonese, 佢又聰明又靚仔佢又聰明又靚仔 I'm talking to you if you're a guy. The girl one will come up. I'm not talking to me, okay? It's on the camera. I'm talking to you, not talking to me. There's no mirror in front of me. So in English, you'd say he's smart and also handsome, or he's smart and handsome. But in Chinese, you just stack those adjectives with yo X, yo Y. Okay? 又聰明又靚仔 Let's go to another example. Okay? So this restaurant is cheap and delicious. Okay? In Mandarin, 这家店又便宜又好吃这家店又便宜又好吃 In Cantonese, 呢間鋪又平又好食呢間鋪又平又好食 So here, 又便宜又平 Okay? It's cheap, 又好食又好吃 and delicious. Okay? He's lazy and annoying. This one you'll probably use all the time. 他又懶又煩他又懶又煩 In Cantonese, 佢又懶又煩 Hey, it rhymes. 佢又懶又煩 Okay? 佢, he or she, right? 又懶又懶 Okay? Is lazy 又煩 and annoying. Okay? He's lazy and annoying. 他又懶又煩又懶又煩 It's like rap song. 又懶又煩又懶又煩 The weather is cold and gloomy. 今天天氣又冷又陰今天天氣又冷又陰 In Cantonese, 今日天氣又凍又陰沉今日天氣又凍又陰沉 So 又凍又冷 It's cold and 又陰沉又陰 and cloudy. Next example. She's rude and selfish. 她又沒禮貌又自私她又沒禮貌又自私 In Cantonese, 佢又冇禮貌又自私佢又冇禮貌又自私又沒禮貌 She has no manners 又冇禮貌又自私又自私 and selfish. This is an extremely useful pattern that you'll see over and over again in Chinese, so make sure you know this one properly because this can either help you double up on a roast or double down on a compliment to a lovely person in your life. Okay, next one. After I say, as soon as I do this, that happens in English, this pattern basically is used for those kind of situations. Basically, as soon as this happens, then this. So for example, as soon as he gets home, he showers. In Mandarin, 他一回家就洗澡。他一回家就洗澡。In Cantonese, 佢一返屋企就沖涼。佢一返屋企就沖涼。And the pattern goes 一 or 一 and then verb 就 verb number 2. Okay, so once this happens, then this happens. As soon as he gets home, he showers. 他一回家，佢一返屋企。As soon as they get home, so 一 basically means first thing, right? As soon as they get home, right? 一 and then 回家返屋企 comes home 就 then 洗澡沖涼 showers. 他一回家就洗澡，佢一返屋企就沖涼. That's this pattern over here. It's basically a reaction pattern. One thing happens, the next follows, okay? Next one, bad habit for everyone. As soon as I wake up, I check my phone. Bad habit, okay? In Mandarin, 我一起床就看手機。我一起床就看手機。In Cantonese, 我一起身就睇手機。我一起身就睇手機。So 我 I 一起身一起床. So 一 is the first thing, right? And then the verb 起床 means to get up, to get out of bed. 起身 means to wake up, right? Then 就 okay? And then next verb 睇電話看手機 go on my phone. As soon as I sit down, my boss calls. This one's a little bit harder, but it's the same core idea, okay? So in Mandarin, 我一坐下，老板就打電話來。我一坐下，老板就打電話來。This one's a little bit funkier because of the fact that there's an extra character here, which is the boss. Let's hear in Cantonese and I'll explain it. In Cantonese, 我一坐低，老細就打電話嚟。我一坐低，老細就打電話嚟。This one, same structure. 我 I 一 okay, the first thing, okay, then the verb 坐下 or 坐低 sit down. So once I sit down, then next thing happens, right? So 老板就打電話來，老細 the boss completes action number 2, calls in. So important thing to note here is that the subject of action number 2 comes before the 就 okay, comes before the verb. So if there's another subject, so earlier we had, as soon as I get home, I shower. 我一回家就洗澡, right? That one is a case where because it's the same subject doing both actions, we don't need the subject. But technically, it would be 我一回家我就洗澡。我一返屋企我就沖涼。As soon as I get home, I shower. So you see the subject always goes before the 就 or 就, that verb there, okay? So it's the same thing here, okay? 我一坐低，我一坐下, right? Once I sit down, then the next subject, okay? 老細、老闆就打電話來，就打電話嚟. That's basically how it's structured. So that second subject always goes before the 就 or the 早 in Cantonese, okay? Let's continue. This is something girls said to me all the time growing up. Actually, no. This is something that I said to girls. No, wait. Yeah. As soon as I said I liked him, he disappeared. Okay, let's do her. This is something that basically started my life. As soon as I said I liked her, she disappeared. In Mandarin, 我一說我喜歡他，他就消失了。我一說我喜歡他，他就消失了。In Cantonese, 我一講我中意佢，佢就唔見咗。我一講我中意佢，佢就唔見咗。So let's break this down. This one's a bit more complicated again. 我 okay? 一說 and then E is that first action, right? As soon as I said I liked her. So 講我中意佢 is said I liked her. 說我喜歡他 okay? Then the next one, 佢 she disappeared. 就消失了. In Cantonese, 就唔見咗. Okay? So you see it's the exact same structure between both. Okay? So this is a pure cause effect structure. One, E introduces the trigger, and then 就 brings in the immediate response after. Okay? Quite a bit harder, but overall, it's not a rocket science one, I hope. The next one, last one, is rocket science, but it's useful. Sometimes you're not just saying one thing, you're stacking your sentence like a drama script. Just when your listener thinks you're done, boom, plot twist. And this pattern is how Chinese makes even the simplest sentences feel juicy. Okay? It's very useful to tell good stories in Chinese. This one, if you're in ABC, you've probably never heard this one before. You're probably not familiar with it, but now you can learn about it. For example, in English, she's not only pretty, but also super smart. In Mandarin, 她不但漂亮，而且很聪明。她不但漂亮，而且很聰明。In Cantonese, 佢唔單止靚，仲好聰明。佢唔單止靚，仲好聰明。So structure goes 不但，唔單止, and then adjective number 1. So not only X, 而且仲, and then adjective number 2. 很聰明，好聰明. So 唔單止，不但 not only X 靚漂亮仲 而且 also 好聪明很聪明 So she's not only X, she's also Y. Next one. This video is not only fun, but also educational. 这个视频不但好看，而且很有教育意义。这个视频不但好看，而且很有教育意義。In Cantonese, 呢個視頻唔單止好睇，仲有教育意義。呢個視頻唔單止好睇，仲有教育意義。By the way, if you're a Cantonese speaker trying to learn Mandarin and you enjoy these Cantonese to Mandarin comparisons, we have a free guide that'll show you exactly how to go from Cantonese to Mandarin with link down below and instructions below. Okay? Hope you can check that out. Next one, in English. Not only is he late, he didn't do the homework either. In Mandarin, 他不但迟到，而且没做作業。他不但遲到，而且沒做作業。In Cantonese, 佢唔單止遲到，仲冇做功課。佢唔單止遲到，仲冇做功課。Next one, I don't just love hot pot, I eat it every week. In Mandarin, 我不但喜歡吃火鍋，而且每周都吃。我不但喜歡吃火鍋，而且每周都吃。Cantonese, 我唔單止中意食火鍋，仲每個禮拜都食。我唔單止中意食火鍋，仲每個禮拜都食。So once again, 不但唔單止 X, but also Y. Okay, 而且仲 Y. Okay, so this two-part pattern makes your Chinese sound extra layered and persuasive, really brings a lot of feeling into it, okay? So that's it for the 5 patterns. These patterns aren't just grammar, they're cheat codes that help you speak faster, smoother, and more naturally. You stop translating your head so much and you just think in Chinese. And the best part, once they click, you'll hear them every single day in every single show you watch, okay? So hope it helps you out. Click here if you're a Cantonese speaker who wants to learn Mandarin. There's a free course here. And click here for a video that YouTube thinks you'll love. 再见.